November 2024. I cannot believe that it's already that time of the year, the end of the year. It has been a whirlwind of a year. So many things going on, amazing things, and a lot of changes in the real estate world this year that have been going on. And you might be watching the recording and it might be 2025 by this time. One thing that is for sure is this system that I am about to share with you all does not change. I have used it for years and I'm going to share it all with you today so that you have it. So let's just go ahead and dig in. I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to get started. All right, here we go. Let me do share, present, present. Oops, let me get back to the beginning of it though. Boop, 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 boop. Can you tell what I was doing this morning? Just making sure I had everything right. All right, so let's talk about freedom to flourish. Like sometimes in our world, like we have to find the freedom within where we are in order to flourish. And we have to find our place from living in scarcity and lack, which as realtors and entrepreneurs, like that, we live there a lot. But we have to find our way on over to abundance at some point. And that's what I am all about. Every day of my life, I try to find my way from living in scarcity over to living in abundance and how to not live in fear of what's not going to happen and instead live in faith of what is going to happen. I did that with Epic Realty last year and I am so grateful that I did, but I'm not going to lie. I almost stepped into fear and thought, what if? But when you think, what if you think, what if the good is going to happen instead of that bad? So, my challenge to you today is to really live the rest of the year in this space of gratitude, the space of abundance, and and let's build our real estate businesses so that we're just really putting it out there that 2025 is going to be a new year. I honestly, with everything I have, believe that it is going to be a good year. I try not to listen to all the doubt and all the fear and all of that stuff out there, but that's just part of what I do. Like I just have to make that choice, and you do too, every single day to let the past go, let the fear go, step into faith, and find the freedom to flourish. So I'm going to share with you a system today, and I'm going to go over what that looks like. But first of all, for those of you that are new to this, to me, like if you don't know me and you're watching this for the first time, who is downloading. So I've been a real estate agent for 22 years. I like to call myself a career realtor because I have done anywhere between 40 and 60 deals a year by myself. And then I started to build a team in around 2015, 16. I had my first buyer agent. Then I got a full-time assistant, and then the rest is history. So I have done that for my entire career. However, it has not been easy. It has been a struggle for sure. And so I want to share with you guys in my course here some of the things that I did to help me find that place to realizing the success, because I know a lot of agents who would love to do 12 deals a year, and I was able to do over 40 for 15 years in a row. Like that's abundance instead of scarcity, to be appreciative of what we have. um I also 2 years ago I co-authored this book here called Step Into Your Brave. Like this was a huge step for me. Like I had to really dig deep and find out. And what that ended up allowing me to do was figure out why I was making the decisions I was making. Help me realize what I was doing differently that was working. And it helped me to figure out how to help others and how to help other real estate agents really grasp and build their own small business, because that's all we are, you guys. We just have a small business, and how to move over to abundance, find some deals, close them, create your systems, and do all of that. I'm a mom of four sons and I have seven grandsons, and that's just crazy. I have no girls. I have a couple of daughter-in-laws who I absolutely love. And, I've pretty much given them my sons at this point because I get to see them a couple times a year and that's about it. But I talk to them constantly and I'm very close with every single one of them. And, we're going to talk a lot today about mindset. And a lot of mindset starts with childhood trauma, drama, whatever. It's all of it together. We only know what we know. And when we're raised, for that first 20 years of our lives and our parents are the ones doing all the things that they do, that's who we learn from. We don't learn to go out and do things on our own. Oops, so sorry, you guys. We'll cut that out of the video. um, we we only know what we know, right? So a lot of bad habits can be instilled into our brains, and we're the ones that have to figure out what those are and how to break them. So I am a survivor of that. And if I can do this, anyone can do this. And I don't say any of that stuff to brag at all because I'm nothing special. I'm just a mom, a woman, a wife. I have struggle. If you read my latest Facebook post, you know that I've had a really rough week. One of our dogs passed away this last week. My youngest son is in the military. He broke his leg. There's a lot going on, and we have to find a way as real estate agents and small business owners who have the freedom to just get back in bed if we want to. We have to find a way not to do that. We have to find a way to be inspired to get up and do our business and to connect with the people that we need to connect with. So if I could do this, anyone can. Like I just want to say, like, you can do this. Anyone can do this. Because there is enough real estate business for anyone. And there's a lot of side gigs too that go along with the real estate business that work well. So this is my system, and this is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to dig in deep today to each one of these pillars. And then at the end, I'm going to plug you all into all of the additional documents, all of the things for you to go and do the weekly work because the homework, like everything else, you have to do the work. No one's going to hand you business. They might say, "Hey, come list my house," but you need to have those systems and processes in place that you are a professional. And I'm going to help you figure that all out today. But these are the four pillars. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about building your real estate foundations. We're going to talk about some automations, and then we're going to talk about, well, I almost say the most important part, because if we're not out there doing lead generation with our lead gen funnels, then we're not going to have any business. I always say if you don't have enough business, you don't have enough funnels, which is completely true. But I switched these two around. I used to start here and end with mindset, but now I think mindset is the most important because if you don't have the right mindset, then you're never going to do any of these other things. Like it just is. It all starts with mindset. So, let's dig in, right? I love this saying, and I love Tony Robbins, y'all. I've been to several of Tony Robbins's events, and he's so inspirational, and I just love what he's about. What we focus, and I want you to like internalize this, screenshot it. What we focus on determines how we feel, and how we feel, our state of mind, powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. You have to wake up every day and you get to decide. This is what manifestation is all about. It's just about making a decision to go do the damn thing and figure out what it is you want to do and then go do it. But how you feel every day and whatever your state of mind is, that is going to determine how you interact throughout that day. So it's really important that you be mindful and aware of where you are. All right. So we're going to talk about week one first, and I'm going to plug you guys into my school account, make sure everybody's in there so that you could go back and rewatch and revisit each week and really just do what is for that week. But today is the complete overview, which I do every month on the first Tuesday. However, I'm not going to be doing it in December. The recording will be in there and you guys could do all the work. I will be doing the Q&As though every Tuesday in December. All right, so well, not every week, but most of them. But week one is all about mindset and creating your daily routine. So let's talk about mindset and past trauma a little bit. So we are all in a different place here, but we most likely, because life happens, all have some kind of trauma in our past. And that could be childhood trauma. My dad was an alcoholic. My mom and dad divorced when I was one. I have huge abandonment issues. I feel like I'm so tough and strong because I've had to do everything on my own since I was a baby, pretty much. Like I just have all these memories of that. So I learned in my older age that abandonment issues are what caused a lot of the problems with like my first marriage, with my husband now, who toughed it out until I figured it out. But I used to have horrible jealousy issues because I had this fear of being abandoned. And so then I would just put up these walls and say, like, you know what? Forget it. I'll be the first to leave. Like it was just awful. But you all got to get into your own heads and figure out where you are. Like a fly on the wall inside of your mind, kind of observing what's going on in the rest of the room. You got to figure that out. One of the things I was taught to do was to journal my day, like every hour on the hour, sit down and write down what you've been thinking about for that past hour and figure it out, because until you figure out what your struggles are, what your lack is, why are you in survival mode, where are you in survival mode, and if it's the money, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but you got to figure it out and then you got to address those issues. You got to start on your healing journey. So where are you right now in that healing journey? If your mindset is negative and you're always living in lack, like it's going to be really hard to do this business and be successful. And I know I see a lot of agents who just come in and go after it and they're like closing deals like that. Like I look at them and I'm like, man, they've really dealt with a lot of their stuff. The abundance is following them. Money follows. Whenever we are living in lack and we don't have enough money to do everything, it's because we're stuck in this place over here. I call it below the line. So if you will, in your head, draw an imaginary line across like just in front of your face, just draw a line and think of below that line being living in scarcity, living in lack, and above that line being living in abundance. You've got to take every day and figure out where you are on that in that scale and do whatever you can to get back to living above the line, because that's where the magic happens. So figure out what those stories are that you're telling yourself all day and then do the work to heal them. And there's people that can help. At Epic, we get 12 sessions a year of counseling. So take the time and schedule those and get it figured out. It could be, you could, just because you're going to go get counseling doesn't mean that you're crazy or you have issues. It means you want a better life. I've spent hours in counseling um, and done that work. And so I'm happy to say that I just live in a different place these days. And something else to remember is like you can't live in the past and in the future at the same time. One of the agents on the call today was saying earlier that he did something on a journal, and I heard that, and I think that is phenomenal. And you just turned the page. He said that he wrote some issues down, turned the page, and like started a new story. And I love that. I also love the idea of writing down some of the stuff from your past that you feel like is sticking with you, and then just saying a little prayer and burning that piece of paper. and leave it in the past. You can't live in the past and live in the future at the same time. I hope that you guys take today and let this be the first day of the rest of your life. I always love Mondays because I always say it's a new week. Like I get to put everything from the past in the past and I get to start over. And I really love the first Monday of a new month. And we're getting ready to be in a new year. And I'm ready for that. I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for a new year. And that's, the heal the past and move on to the beautiful life that's waiting for you. And I love real estate to be a part of that because it's such a great entrepreneurial job. We have a small business, but there's a reason why the numbers are what they are. They say 80% of the realtors will not make it through the first 2 years. And I see it all the time. They're not doing the work that needs to be done. But it's not because they don't want to, it's because they don't know how. They don't know what to do. And they're comparing themselves also to other agents who are up here on level 10 and they're down here on level 1. That's okay. Don't worry about that. Let's just build your business so that someday you can actually be up here on level 1. Don't ever compare yourself to someone else's journey because they also started down here at level 1. So I hate competition. I don't even like when we announce like how people do in the real estate business, like give away awards and all of that, because I just don't want other people to look at that and think like, why don't I have that? I don't like that. So, but we do it because they need to be congratulated and recognized for their successes. So, but I'm just saying, if you catch yourself comparing yourself to another agent who's doing great, just stop. Recognize what you're doing, learn from that agent, maybe, but do not give up on your own business because that agent is doing better and you think that they're already doing it. I promise you, there's enough business for all of us to continue. And if you have any doubt of that, I want you to go log into your MLS and I want you to pull up all the closings that closed in your city last month. Do a search of solds and do it for the entire month of October and see how many there were. All you need is one of those to stay in business. Like it's great when we do 3 or 4 deals a month, but all we really need is one. There's not another job that you could go get where you're going to make more than what you're going to make with one deal. So let's not expect to do so many, but let's just focus on at least trying to get that one and building that pipeline and doing all these other things that we're going to talk about today. I'm going to come back to this slide toward the end because I have my link tree and all of my goodies are on there. Um, but while we're here in mindset, I want to just give you guys some ideas of how to pull yourself from below that line to get back up above the line. So, we're going to talk. I'm going to share a plan with you guys here in a minute, and it's going to be your abundance plan. You're each going to get a link to go build your own abundance plan. And with that, you're going to write down what you envision, where you envision yourself being at the end of 2025. What does your business look like? We're going to make 2025 just be a phenomenal year. We're going to leave 2024 in the dust and 2023. Like, I'm ready to be done with these years. So you're gonna visualize and you're gonna do the work in this first week to write down your vision. And I'm gonna share a bunch of stuff with you guys. So meditations, there are a ton of guided meditations that will work on your future self. Just go to YouTube and search meditations for future self and sit and meditate for like 10 minutes a day in the morning and listen to that. Listen to that and picture yourself being where you want to be in the future. And I love those. Whatever level you're at meditations, prayer, whatever you want to call it, like go do that. I have at least an hour every morning of me time, is what I call it. And I do all of these things. It's just, I can't start my day without getting grounded to my purpose and what it is that I'm building and what I'm doing. If I don't, then I'm not ready for the day. Always be reading a good book that has something to do with your business, inspiring YouTube videos. Go for a walk, do yoga, Read and write your intentions. Living a healthy lifestyle, you guys. This is so true. What you put into your body really does determine, especially as we get older. And I've noticed this so much in my 50s. A healthy lifestyle, I kind of like an 80-20, y'all, because I do like a glass of wine or a drink or a cheeseburger every once in a while. But try to do the 80-20 and figure out what you need to do to kind of get clean in your living. And number 8, always have a coach or a group. I'll be your free coach until then. And meet me here every Tuesday at noon. Let this be your group where you can trust these people. These are people who are where you are, who really want to build something, and join me back here. And if not, have a coach, find a coach. But don't just go get a real estate coach. I want you to go through all of my stuff first. I want you to figure out what you're missing. What are you needing in these 4 pillars? And that's the coach that you go get. Do you need help with lead generation? Do you need a new lead generation funnel that you need help with? Do you need help with your foundations? What is it that you need? And then that's when you go find a coach. But we're going to implement now and perfect later. And I want you to just think of that, because I don't want this to be about me telling you you need to go spend money. That's not it. All right. So week 2. So week 1, I'm going to give you a lot more tools, remember, here in a little bit. Week 2, we're going to dig into your real estate foundations and what does that look like? And I will tell you, it looks different for everyone, but you got to first figure out where you are and then figure out where you need to be. So take the time and sit and really figure out what you want your business to look like in a year from now. What foundations do you not have set up? And then we're going to carry that also over into automations. But these are my suggested basic. You guys all see my screen, right? I would sure hate to be talking all this time and not be able to see my screen. Okay. So the first one is your CRM. It is your relationship management system. You can't have a business without having a database. And so learn Lofty. I'm using Lofty. It's not my favorite, but I am using it because at Epic we get it for free and we get like the upgraded version. It doesn't do everything that I would like it to do, and it's a little bit glitchy sometimes, but it's fine. It is just fine. It's something that you could get your leads into. You could create some campaigns. You can use the tags. You could use the pipelines. You could use all of that stuff, and it's just fine. So go learn how to use it. I'm going to give you guys also in when we're done with the presentation, I'm going to give you a link to Adam's Lofty course, and it's free. And it's what I learned how to set my whole Lofty account up on. And he does Lofty Q&A classes every single Wednesday at 2 Central. So if that's where you need help, there you go. I just handed you some free training on your CRM. Your VIP database. This is something every realtor should have, and it needs to have it needs to be in your CRM, but first you got to build it. I build it just on an Excel spreadsheet, now Google spreadsheet, but I have about 180 people on my VIP database, and I get referral business from them all the time. Like I could just be sustainable with my business just doing that. And you can too, because once you put the people in there and you get their information, you're going to be able to do things like send newsletters, send magazines. I just started sending out an awesome magazine to my VIP database. You can send them videos. Like you're just going to take a little bit of extra special care and prove to them that you're doing business. So when they have referrals, they will send them to you. So I'm going to give you a link to a blank one of those so you can start building that also. Logos and colors, branding. Y'all, branding is so important because it's just part of our business. So I highly suggest each of you figure out some colors and figure out a logo, even if it's just a signature logo, like your name with the little sunflower next to it, whatever you want. But you could do that in Canva for free. And then use Epic's branding. I love Epic. I changed my logo to be black and white so that I could just mix it with the Epic logo. So think about how that's going to all go together, and that is something that I think we all need to have. Something we could put on the top of buyer presentations or on each page, like so that you're just, showing that you're the professional. And then just pick some colors. So when you start doing all the marketing on social media and sharing your graphics and sharing everything, that it all goes together and looks good. All right, offers. We're going to go over offers. I'm not going to spend too much time right here because I'm really going to talk more about offers in pillar 4 where we talk about lead generation funnels. So we're going to come back to that. But your offers is like very important and it is a foundational piece. Canva. In week 2 in my school course, there is an hour and a half Canva video. It's the best trainer I've ever had for Canva. So happy that I recorded it and had her in. And every agent that joined me that day said the same thing. So, Canva, you need to know how to use it. And Epic is so cool because we have our Epic Pro or Canva Pro for Epic. And all of those templates are in there for you to go copy them, throw your little logo on there that goes with it, and boom, you can just save that to your own folder in Canva, and you have all your marketing done, and you didn't have to go recreate it or create it. Social media sites. This is where you're going to track your people. Like you're going to go social stalk people there so that you could get to know them. Everybody on your VIP database should be your friend. And I would just start with Facebook. I mean, if you disagree, then start with whatever you want to start with. But Facebook is, in my opinion, one of the most important ones that you need to have because, especially like I'm 55. Oh, hate to even say that out loud, but I'm 55 and I've been using Facebook for almost 20 years now. And that's where all my people are. They can say they're not and they lie, lie, lie. They are there. But figure out which one you want to learn inside out. Go learn it and then do another one. And the second one I would do would be Instagram. And then I say this one, Realtor Basics is very, very important, especially if you are a brand new realtor. If you're a brand new realtor, go log into your board of realtors and take every single class that they offer over the next month. That should be your only homework. Like, go do that. Take the time to know your business. They teach you how to do a CMA, they teach you how to do market reports, they teach you how to search for property. Like they will teach you everything and stay on top of that calendar that they share with you so that you could take future classes as well. It's not your broker's job to teach you the basics of being a realtor. It's your job to do the work and bookmark NAR and whatever your state is, bookmark that association of realtors. Go learn all that they have to offer because they're there for your benefit. You pay for that stuff. So you may as well know what it is that you have. So those are the foundational pieces that I want you guys to work on in the second week of every month. Do it now. Don't get, if you get behind, just stop working whatever you're working and start working on the next week. And then if you have extra time, because remember, I just want you to do this for 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day through the holidays, through everything. And even 1 hour a day, you would be in a completely different place if you just did all of these things and got them all set up over the month of November or December. All right, week 3. I'm only going to spend a minute here. Automations. The number one automation that you all need to hopefully get the hang of is time blocking. It's the most hated word amongst realtors, but it's the most important one. And we have to learn our style of time blocking. So what I want you guys to do is after you when you download your abundance plan and you start working on that abundance plan, I want you to take the action items from that and I want you to time block them on your calendar. So we're going to figure out together throughout the month what it is you're missing, and then you're going to dig in and go do that work and time block it, because if you time block an hour of work every day. Get into Lofty for 1 hour a day. Get into your VIP database for 15 minutes a day. It doesn't matter what time of the day you do it, just set it to do it on a time that will work for you. All right, and here are just some other automated things. And I actually am going to give you guys a link to a Google Drive that you could download all of this for yourself. But Google everything. I love Google. I literally just signed up for a new platform using Google, my business, and I'm super excited. I've just always known that that's where I needed to be. And because I've preached Google since it was invented. I don't even know when that was, but since I started using it, Google Chrome for bookmarks, Google Drive for your documents, just Google everything. Buyer and seller presentations. You need to make sure that you have yours done. And guess what? There's some in the Canva. You could go copy somebody else's, put it in a folder, and then you can make it your own. Have a buyer and seller presentation ready to go when you need to go sit and meet with a buyer or a seller. Closing spreadsheet for every year, a budget spreadsheet, and then something I call the board spreadsheet because that's what we put all of our year's activity on. So I could log into mine and have all my current activity, all my past stuff, everything right there. So those are just some of the automations. All right, you guys, we're almost done with this. Week 4. And we will talk a lot more about this in the Q&As every week. Just trying to give you a general overview today, but we only have 20 minutes left. So I am going to just get into this one. Funnels, lead generation funnels. I want you to think of each one of your funnels as having an offer. That offer is the thing up here at the top. It's whatever you're going to create that's going to bring those people into your funnel. And so I talked about offers being one of your foundational pieces. So what does that look like? I'm going to kind of go back and forth here. We're going to talk about different offers for different funnels. And I'm going to suggest that you each do 3. You do one for your VIP, you do one for local legend. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. That's passion community, but you're going to do one for that and you're going to do one for the public. All right. So I'm going to go back now. I jump back and forth in these 3 slides all the time because I want to give you a better idea of what each funnel is. So the first funnel every one of us should have is that VIP database, because those are the people and that's the marketing plan that you want to create for the entire year, whether you're doing pop buys, all those things I talked about earlier, a weekly or a monthly newsletter, just reaching out to those people once every quarter, whatever. You need an entire marketing plan for that funnel. I love listings to leads. They have a ton of great offers inside of their website. And I have in my link tree, I have a link to that, and you could get a 21-day free trial. And if you love listings to leads, that could be an entire funnel for you to use in just doing that. But if not, at least go in and figure out what offers you want to download and download those PDFs so you can upload them into Canva and make them your own, and then that could be your offer. Social media, paid leads. I am doing that right now because I hired a company to do that. But you should never do this unless this is right. All of these things that I teach you, you should not be doing any paid leads until you have all this stuff done, because you're not prepared on the inside with where you're going to lead these leads and how you're going to take care of them. Referrals from realtors. All of us could be doing that. Just be reaching out and building a spreadsheet with agents from across the country. It's also a great way to do agent attraction. For sale by owners, farming, the list goes on. Gene Frederick wrote a book. It's a $7 book on Amazon called 101 Ways to Lead Generate. There's lots of other people who've wrote books on lead generation. You've just got to figure out what your funnel is going to be. And according to your personality, what are you going to do? Let me just throw a couple more out, like a short, no, I don't want to say short sales. Let's say probates. That would be a whole funnel. Working with senior citizens, that would be a whole funnel. A move up program would be a funnel. A new builds would be a funnel. These are all different things, different funnels that you can have and create a system with them, with each one. Each one needs its own marketing plan. So figure out what your offer is going to look like, and then you're going to build your lofty to stay in touch with these people until you convert them and they're ready to go look at houses. It's that simple. It's about building your pipeline and having enough people in there so that you're not just working from deal to deal. Your job as a realtor, in my opinion, is not about helping people buy and sell houses. It's about building your pipeline. If you could just build the pipeline, and the second step is to really reach out and touch base with those people. But don't, a lot of agents, they start working a deal, they get one client, they go do all that for a month, and then all of a sudden they don't have any more deals, right? So, what is your offer going to be for each? Figure out your funnels. VIP database should be the first one. I think my offer, and you could make different things, but my offer for all my VIP people is HomeBot. HomeBot is a great tool to use to give your sellers and buyers reports. And I love it. And they love it. And they open it. I don't know why, but it's just a good one. Another one could just be a newsletter, join my newsletter, but who wants another newsletter? So you just got to figure out like what is going to be a good funnel. Offer number two, local legend. So this is something that Angela Kristen Taylor, who's our Georgia broker, actually does. She invites us all to create a passion community and to really build relationships with that passion community. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm a Jeeper. My husband and I have a Jeep. We go rock crawling, we go river bedding, we go do all that stuff with our big old Jeep. And so I have built a community out of those people. And I call that my passion community. I check on those people. We go to Jeep events, we do all these different things. And that is my community. So basically, my job is just to really add those people onto my VIP so that I can do this. I'm always doing this. As I have a closing, I'm always building my VIP. Like this is the most important one right here. And you're always wanting to add to it because as you move people through your funnels and they close a deal, they move into your VIP. So you want to make sure you do a dang good job of servicing them while they're there. All right, so that's offer number two. Pick your community. If you're a plant person, you could build a Facebook page and help your community with plant ideas and video yourself gardening, doing things like that. Like boating. Do you have a boat? That could be a community. Does anyone do, let's see, what did I just think of? I don't know, but you could just start lunch groups. I know Angela talks about hers and how she started hers was because she was a new mom. She had littles at home and she stayed at home. Well, she went on and created a moms group and started working with all these moms and just doing different events and made that be her passion community. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's move on for the public. So offer number three is for the public. I love the relocation guide. If you take the time and you put it into creating a relocation guide for your area, oh my gosh, that's a great funnel. Everybody's going to want to know about that. It's the biggest thing when people want to move to a new area. They love to know all they can about the area. It's great for YouTube videos. You can do so much with this relocation guide that you could just skip this one altogether and just do this if you did it right. A couple more that could be an offer for the public were the other ones that I said, working with new builds. Another one would be the seniors. Another one was all of that. I'll open listings to leads and I'll show you guys where you go to get these guides though. The guide is what is going to actually be the offer. All right. So that's kind of an overview of all of this mindset, foundations, automations, funnels. And that's it. I'm going to exit this and then I'm going to go into my link tree. So in link tree, and I'm going to put this in the chat. Let me just do that real quick. Oh, there it is. Let me put this in the chat. Okay, so there's the first thing I'm going to share with you. So in here, this is if you need to have a one-on-one call with me, that's where you schedule it. If you do not have, if you're not signed up for this challenge and get reminders and you want to be, this is where you sign up for this whole group. The abundance plan, that's right here. I'm going to open that right now. And this is where you get it is in the link tree. When you open it, this is what it looks like. It is, you're just going to make a copy of it. You're going to go to file, you're going to click make a copy, and then you're going to have your own. And then you can do whatever you want with it. This is going to be yours at that point to add things to remove things. But this is this is the logo, but you can just remove that and put your logo up. This is just the reminder of what we're working on in each one of these weeks. So week 1 is mindset and the plan. My why. This is where you're going to put your why. Like sit down one day and spend 30 minutes and just figure out why are you even doing this? And then ask yourself that question again. When you say, because I want to make more money, say, why do I want to make more money? And then when you answer that, say why and get as deep as you can until you have a really good why right there. And then some of the other things for your vision, your emotions. Where do you want your emotions to be? Are you the kind of person that wakes up every day like depressed and sad? What's your goal? Where do you want your emotions to be when you have this business that's running smoothly like a well-oiled machine? Where do you want your emotions to be? Where do you want your health to be, your wealth? And if you don't want to deal with any of these, just delete it. It's your sheet. You could do whatever you want. But these are the ones that I think are important. All right, so that's really your vision. Like that's the vision of where you want all of this to be. For your business, you could say I want to close 12 deals in 2025, whatever. And then how will you get there? Week 1, week 2, foundations. Build your business as your CRM. Here is the link to Adam's Lofty course. Here's the link to Sylvia Dana's digital domination. We're doing an event in the in November on the 3rd Thursday at 1. You'll see it in the cloud because I'm going to put it in the cloud. And it's called Production Power Hour. Adam, me, and Sylvia are actually going to go help every agent with creating a list of 10 things that you could work on in your downtime over the next couple months. So that's that 3rd Thursday at 10 Central. I said 1, I think, but it's at 10 Central. But these are great links right here. This is, your lofty, and then digital domination is all about social media, all kinds of things. Sylvia has so many different things that she shares, but it's about how to do lead generation. And she has a great calendar that's on here that you'll be able to download and use. So also like a place for you to put the link to your logo. What are your colors going to be? What are those? Think they call them vexes or whatever. Like copy those numbers and put them here so you could always refer back to this. Here's a link to that blank VIP database spreadsheet. Open it up, make a copy, start going through your phone, go through everything and add all the people that already know you, love you, trust you to that spreadsheet. Social media platform, figure out which one you want to do and put it here. Link to your Facebook page. So this is basically you giving yourself a job description. And I want you guys, when you're done, I want you to bookmark it so that you know what it is that you're going to be doing every single day. I have mine right here in my goal sheet that I get into not every day, but almost every day. And I open it and I read through it anytime, especially if I'm feeling down and I'm feeling like, man, what am I doing? I get in and I read this thing that I spent all this time creating. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, I got some things to do. Let me just get busy, move into action instead of complacency. All right. These are just some ideas of different ads that you can run weekly. Listings to leads. I'm going to open that here in a second. Your blog, proof of business post. And when I say blog, I would, if you're with Epic, I would use the blog from oh my gosh, what's it called? Social Bay. Social Bay. Go in there and spend an hour. That should be another foundation, but it's not. So Social Bay has a blog post though. Proof of business posts, story posts, inspiration posts. All these are different things that you could do. Your link to your buyer packet after you create it. So if these are blank and you don't have all of these done, guess what your homework is? Guess what you go time block for the week? All of that. Some more examples, campaigns in your CRMs, your budget, all this stuff. Week 4, funnels. What are your 5 funnels going to be? Spend some time creating this plan and figure it out and then put them here. And then from that, you could create your action plan from that. All funnels need an offer. What's your offer? And it's a guide. Okay, so that's the challenge, right? So there's another link to the VIP database. I use send out cards. All my VIP people get a send out card every quarter. We just start over and go through. We're sending pie invites. We have a pie giveaway in November, or December, and we're going to be sending that out for our next group of cards. Okay, so this is, and then there's a link in here to send yourself a free card if you want to, but I need to be doing classes on every one of these. Like every one of these things that I use could fit into a whole class, and I should do that and put them on. Some of them I do, and they're on my YouTube channel, but not all of them. This is the one I really want you guys to try to help try to help you figure out how to create those offers. This is a free trial. If you log in here, it gives you 21-day free trial. It's 14 days for everybody else, but because of this link that I have, you get 21 days. So then I'm going to go ahead and just log in because the main there's a couple things I would really like to see you do because they have a lot of great marketing training that you could learn from. Like I would get in here and do one of their videos every day as long as I had this 21-day free trial and then decide if you want to keep it and pay. I think it's like $60 a month I pay, but I've done it since 2012 and I'm not going to stop now even though we have Social Bay because it's great for my listings. So, but what I want to point out is this PDF guides right here. See in the left, when you click here and you go to these PDF guides, if you're logged in, I think you could download these in your free trial too. Hold on, it's spinning. But these are beautiful, these PDF guides. Okay, so say new builds are going to be your funnel. If you go in here and you just click it, once you get your logo and everything set up in here, it's all done for you. So let me just download this really quick so that you guys could see what this looks like. I wonder where it's downloading. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Save. And then we'll open that up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So now you could save this. You could upload it to Google Drive and have a link. You could go create landing pages with this on social media in Lofty. You could go create that so that when people click on it, you could give them this guide and collect their information. It's going to cost them their information so that they get the guide. But then you have a lead in your Lofty account that you can now go call and work on. And are they all going to work? No, but it's lead generation. But look, I got my picture right there. I got my logo, all my stuff right here. These links are already done for me. And boom, it's beautiful. The pros, the cons, like they did all the work for me. And all my stuff is on there. It's a great lead generation tool if you have the time to go and do all this stuff. So that is what I would love to see you guys take advantage of over the next however long you do this. So, and then there's more. There's down payment assistance. You could do first time home buyers. That's another one I didn't even mention. How to sell your home in a changing market, short sale. I wouldn't even mess with those right now. Foreclosures, yes, but not short sales because they're not that common anymore because the banks now just do a deed in lieu of foreclosure and they pay the people like $5,000 to move out. And I learned that the hard way. So I swore I would never do another short sale after that because they are a lot of work. How can you avoid foreclosure? That's a great one. Divorce, unfortunately, is a good one. Um, you got to just pick what do you think that you could do, that you could go learn some scripts, that you could really figure out some social media content, and it could be your funnel. So that's what the lead generation funnels are. Okay, so oh yeah, Etsy. Heike, I do say that all the time. Etsy is another place that you can get buyer and seller presentations and guides and anything. Etsy is a great place for marketing tools, but we have a lot in Canva already for free. So all right, so that's listings to leads, my favorite planner. It is that time of the year. I use my planner, it's in the living room for everything. I do use my Google Calendar as well, but I just kind of sync the two. My YouTube channel, my private group in Facebook called Real Estate Untangled, and my Instagram. So that is my link tree. I gave you guys the link right there, and everything you could get to is right there in it. The last thing I want to show you is school. This is, I think that you guys are all in here, and this is where I store all of the stuff so that if you forget where you're at, that's okay. And this is where I also put all the downloads. So week one, we're right here. Here are all the downloads again. And here's the link tree. I have them in duplicate places because then people are more likely to find them. There's the challenge, there's the plan, link tree. The book that you need to read over and over, over and over. I have read it over and over, but over the next 4 weeks, I would love to see you guys read the 12-week year. Here's the link to Amazon. I love it. Here's a wheel of life. If you're having trouble with some of the stuff, this wheel of life will help you figure out where you need to work at. Like rate yourself in all of these areas and maybe make your abundance plan include some things that you need to time block to do in that area. Um, yeah, this does have the link straight to Amazon for the 12-week year. Love that book. I use it, I revisit it all the time. And then when you go, just click back on classroom, and then week two, the foundations, here's that Canva workshop that I was telling you about. It's right here. All of this is here. So if you need it, like just go there and watch that video. That's a great Canva. Automations, this is where I was telling you all the spreadsheets are right here. So you could download these and upload them into your own Google Drive, make a copy of them, and then they're yours to have. Week four, the lead generation funnels, and there's just a video in here, which I go over just those 4 weeks. I mean, the week four, I go over the lead generation funnels again, what we just talked about, but kind of another, it'll be a reminder. So I'm going to keep all of these in here. And then I'm always adding other classes too. Wherever it goes, I'll add it in here, but my YouTube channel has a lot of the things in it. And it's just a system. It's a business plan to help you get up and running. And I hope that this has really helped. I am going to stop recording right now. I will put this link. Let me go here and copy this link. So if you're not in here, I'm going to copy the link and put it also in the chat. But if you're watching the recording, I'm going to put this in the video, in the YouTube video. So that is that. And now I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop recording.